was in high school, and I'm 96 years old now. But when I found out about Wanda May's program, which has to do with service, then that captured my imagination and my dedication, my enthusiasm, which I hoped would carry down to the girls that came to the KAYAN organization. And I think it did.
I joined KAY because I was a shy kid when I was younger, and every time I seen a KAY member, they always seemed happy and outspoken, so I wanted that to rub up on me.
Well, KAY in my town was something that everybody did. We were a small community, and so everybody belonged to KAY. And it was kind of like being on another team. You had your sports teams, but you had your service team. And so as a junior high student, I wasn't sure what I really belonged to, where I belonged, who I belonged with, but KAY was something I knew that I could do. I could help serve other people. So that's why I joined KAY.
Something that I've learned from KAY is to serve others, and I use that role as a servant leader. I've worked in schools and education all my life, and it's real important to me that I serve others first, because I remember Ms. Vincent saying, always leave someplace better than you found it. So I feel like that's just part of who I am.
I was never part of a club, so having the opportunity to come to camp for 6 years and then again on staff for 4 and hopefully more, you get to see how it really affects people.
Our favorite service project is to deck the halls. It's where we collect canned food and then we line the halls of our school with the canned food. And so last year, it was our first year, and it was very successful. We collected over 8,000 pounds of food. That's a ton of food. 4 tons.
Everything that I do every day at work goes back to what I learned at KAY.
I want to do more than just teach these students, proper grammar and how to write and how to read. I want to teach them to be leaders and to be open to the opportunities that life has available for them. So I think KAY did that for me, and so I want to extend that to my students.
My favorite way to serve others is service before self, I think. It's one of my Air Force core values, but it's also something that I use every day and just a way to pay it forward.
I use KAY in my life today, every day, considering small kindnesses with my children, with my husband, at work, trying to be a kind person, trying to show them what a kind person can be, what a kind person does, and hopefully bring a little bit of joy into the world.
I enjoy being a sponsor for KAY because I get to work with a lot of amazing kids that get to go out and do service projects, and they want to help their community, their nation, their world, and their school.
My children were my inspiration with KAY because we had a very, very strong club at Otis Bison High School, and all of my kids were very involved with it, and it just kind of became part of me. Whenever there was a K run, Jane would drive the bus, and so it was really, really nice. I think the thing I liked the most about it is that it was just such an awesome experience.
First, as a sponsor, you can't help but be inspired by the kids, the members themselves, how they grow and how they take on the challenges, and it's pretty inspiring. As a mother, I have 3 sons, and it wasn't until my 3rd son that I got one interested in joining K. After his freshman year, went to K camp, and you know how that goes. Once he went to camp, he was hooked. He grew so much because of K's, and he became so confident. I'm very appreciative as a mother also, and inspired by my youngest son.
Well, it's funny because as a physician, you talk to people every day, but then you're also a leader in your community. So it's been important for me to not just lead within my hospital, but also out in the community, which I think is important.
I still remember the first year that I came to camp, nervous as all can be, and just coming there and feeling loved and accepted by people, and just really feeling valued and feeling like I was going to have the best time ever. And that feeling hasn't gone away in all the years as a camper, or now my 11 years I've been there as a staff member.
So it's really kind of the foundation of where I learned to serve, where I learned to be organized, where I learned to run a meeting. And it's just kind of the foundation of what I live behind, especially in the business world and as well as at home.
As the pledge says, to pass on to future generations. 6 years ago at Kidder Mount Carmel, I started a K Club there, and we've been going strong for 6 years now, and our membership has shot up from 30 people to being consistent at around 70. And so it's just fun to pass up something that I was passionate about and still love today, and seeing that same reaction with my own students.
So the KAY program that reaches much farther than just those schools that have organizations. It reaches to the young children, and it reaches our senior citizens.
It's, I think, the most wonderful organization that I know anything about, and I belong to quite a few. Of all the clubs that I belong to, I think my experiences with KAYAN have influenced me and touched my heart more than anything else I've ever done.
There's always going to be a need for leadership and service. We've got some great kids out there, and we're teaching kids that doing something is better than doing nothing, and it's the small little things that sometimes make the biggest difference and matter the most. So I think we can continue to teach people to be of service, to just do things because it's the right thing to do. We're just helping them develop that attitude for service, and that is something that you can't take away.
I think 70 years of K represents so much. To think that you've had 500,000 plus Kansas students be members is an incredible accomplishment. The leadership camp attendees that number now over 25,000, and I think what you have accomplished in these 70 years is great. I can't wait to see what the next future generation of K accomplishes.